Okay.
Yay.
Hi, everyone. We are here for some friendly hangouts, chats. We are going to be doing some sprints. I am joined by
Lynn. Yeah.
I am so happy that we're doing this because we just always have a good time.
Yes.
We
We'll
have
read
been doing
eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, we will read eventually. We always just want to like pop in, check in, get some reading in eventually. We've been doing some buddy reads.
Yes.
And let's see. Hi. I know, back-to-back lives. And I have to thank you because we had to reschedule for Beam Me Up Book Club. So I pushed our live a little bit and Lynn was just really, really gracious about it. So I thank you so much.
No
I
worries.
popped in like within the nick of time too. So, and she has this summer break glow. Excuse me. You really do. You really do.
Yes. Yes, I've been getting sun. I had just shy of a week in the Dominican Republic like 2 weeks ago, which was real nice.
Oh, I love it. Yes, yes, we have to chat a lot. Hi, Monica. Hi. Oh my gosh, are you loving it? Yeah. Done and dusted. I need to read it. I read, I'm trying to think. I read, why is her name blanking me? Because we did a really lovely interview with
was it Lila Sage or is that the other one?
Yeah, it was the other one. My mouse is stuck. Interesante. Okay. But yeah, I just love the cover art for that. It's so freaking cute. And is it small town? I know it's cowboy. Yeah, I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing it is.
Oh, we lost Tiff a little bit. The circle of death. Oh, yikes. Hi, everyone. I don't know how much I can drive the show, but hopefully she comes back soon. So everyone else, what are you reading? Obviously, we have Done and Dusted. No, we are not talking about Elsie Silver, Monica. They did an interview, I think on Ava's channel, but I forget what that one was. I watched it. I wasn't a part of it. But yes, small town and cowboy has definitely been a large percentage of the books recently. So there's a lot of them to keep track of. So hopefully Tiff comes back soon. Okay, someone's reading Leather and Lark. Okay, welcome back.
I don't know what happened. My internet was like going crazy. I'm so sorry. How'd you do?
I think I did okay.
There we go. Okay, so you're gonna have to host.
I know.
We should go back and forth.
Yes, I need to get a StreamYard account because every time I'm like, I'll set that up next time.
It's free.
Yeah.
Come on, we should do it. Yes, Lila Sage. We should do it. We buddy read Leather and Lark.
Yes, someone was reading it. Kristen's Corner, I think. So
it's cute and spicy, small town, not my typical genre. Oh, okay. What do you typically read? Are we really okay? I love it. Penny's Protector by Ruby Dixon, listening to the audio. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a task 2 while we read today because I'm working on a video. I'm not going to tell you what because I'm realizing the secret. When I don't share, it gets done.
Lovely.
And they're fighting in a lake because she ran away. How did we feel about Leather and Lark? Oh, spoiler alert. We loved it. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I read all genres, but horror is my go-to.
Okay.
Did we just become best friends? Because this is the year, it was towards the end of last year that I started picking up more horror and thrillers. So I would definitely love some recommendations from you. because it started with what did it started with
Dowry
me
of Blood,
picking.
maybe? Or
Yeah,
was
I
that
started with Dowry. What did it start with? It? No, it started with Such Nice People. It
mm,
was a horror book that I started reading around Christmas time, and it was like a domestic horror, and I just latched on with that. Then
mhm,
The Dowry of Blood was like paranormal horror, but it was Such
mhm,
Nice People, and I was like, this is really good. It's fascinating. It's like possession horror, and then I just went off the rails. Then I was like,
mhm,
okay, let me read Darcy Coates, and I didn't know if Darcy Coates. I shouldn't be. I don't want to say what I really want to say. I didn't know if Darcy Coates was like the equivalent to like Nicholas Sparks to us,
mm,
like is
yeah,
Darcy, because it's like has romance elements, which I liked the first one of the
mhm,
series that I was reading, but
yeah,
4 stars, I love it, but I could not compare it to Butcher Blackbird. I see what you
yeah,
mean. I see what you
yeah.
mean. I see
I
what you
liked
mean.
it better, but
Yeah. Oh, good.
but
I'm worried because I'm 60 pages in and I just started picking up for me. Yes. Yeah,
mhm,
it's different. It's a
yeah,
different tone. It's a different couple, different tone, and it's definitely a progression within the series. We
mhm,
thoroughly enjoyed it. We
yeah.
definitely did. We have read the second in Zoe Draven's Brides of
Craving in His
Kylo
Blood.
series, Craving in His Blood. We also read it was a paranormal Your
Mm,
Coffin or
no,
Mine.
yeah, Your Coffin or Mine, which was the Cozy Paranormal, and
So that was
then
cute.
Leather and Lark, and then there's one more that we're forgetting, right? Because I
Is
think
it
we're on.
fantasy lover? Because we read that with Crystal.
Yes, yes. Fantasy Lover by Sherilyn Kenyon.
That was so fun.
That one was
We read
fun.
a lot of paranormal together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
That's
my
us.
favorite
And
thing.
Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. We read Bride by
Right.
Ellie
Yes.
Hazelwood together too.
That was the one I was forgetting. Yeah.
We did. We rated that
Yeah.
3 stars.
Hmm.
We've kind of been on, and I'm telling you, we don't plan it. She's the master of breaking up a book. I don't know how she does it because I mean she hasn't read it, but she breaks it at the right moment. We will read, we'll leave each other voice memos, and like I will let her know, like, okay, I've read this. This is what I'm gonna say about it.
Hmm.
And we're just very aligned in taste.
Yeah.
So it's like it tickles me when I go to like I'll leave what I have to say, and then I'll go listen to what she has to say about a book, and I'm flabbergasted by her thoughts because I'm like, this is exactly what I was thinking. Okay, that's what I said.
Exactly.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
I didn't change my messages. This is what I said. So I'm reading
Yeah.
Knockout by Sarah McLean, loving it. It's my favorite historical romance cover of all time. Isn't it stunning?
It's so
It's so
stunning.
stunning. It's such an empowered position too. I can
Hmm.
see that cover. That's a cover that stands out on the shelf. It
Yeah.
definitely is. Oh, okay. Yes, that is on one of my many Amazon lists, which the titles of those are getting more and more unhinged. Like I think it's called Late Night Critter, just because I love that cover is stunning too.
Hmm.
That cover is stunning. So I do have that. I have to move it up now that you're loving it. Darcy Coates is cozy horror, according yeah. That's
Hmm.
that's what I was like. Nicholas Sparks in romance. I'm not trying to be, or maybe I shouldn't have said that. But when
Yeah.
I hear, like, if somebody asks me for recommendations and I ask, and I don't know them, like at work, I was asked for recommendations recently, and I was just asking her, like, well, what do you normally read? And if they give me a certain like author, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to give them like Pam Godwin or something like that. I'm not going to give them certain things that I'm reading based on.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
I was enjoying Darcy Coates, but
I was
they're
gonna
just
say, like, one of my goals is I got one of my coworkers to she was binging Bridgerton, got on that train, loves Outlander, and I was like, okay, so Lisa Kleypas and the Ravenels, and I sold her on Reese with the Stern Peppermint Daddy.
yes.
Yes, and then but I'm like, I kind of like I want her to read Ruby Dixon, but also like, how much are you going to judge me if you actually read Ruby Dixon?
Yeah. I mean, so I gave this woman managed by Kristen Callahan. I feel like I
That,
can't go
yeah.
wrong with that. I went with tried and trues, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I can't go wrong with contemporary. Because I'm like, I don't know. I didn't want to scare
Mhm.
her. Then I was kind of like halfway joking. I was like, ooh, like I was like, ooh, I don't want to like give you tentacles.
Yeah.
Trying to like feel her face out, like tentacles. No, no. I'm like, wings. No, I was just trying to like, mafia. I was just trying to like feel her out. And I was like, horror. No, I was just trying to see like what she liked. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
difficult.
Yeah.
The only genre I don't like is extreme horror. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I
Mhm.
realized that I've DNF'd
Yeah.
a few books that I don't talk about on the channel, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm feeling it out.
Mhm.
But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Do enjoy a little
Yeah.
horror. I'll be joining in the Wallflower read along.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Exciting.
so excited. Again, the
Mhm.
Magic's going to be the first one, I believe, on the 14th of July. That's
Mhm.
going to be on Samantha's channel. I cannot wait, and I'm currently on the hunt of getting all of the OGs. And thankfully, I have gotten the instruction of looking for the original physical copies before 2018 so
Mhm.
that I can get the ones that have not been edited. So
Yeah. I don't
I'm,
know
I'm
what version
very
I have,
excited.
but I have a step back. Built.
Ah!
This
I
is getting
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
I
So I
love
got this at a used bookstore um, in South Carolina, and so I was very excited about it because I love this series so much.
Yeah, Nicola, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
Mhm.
thank you, Monica. Hi, girl. How are you? I know. I want to reread the Smiley Smith books. Yes. I
I
think
was
so.
gonna
For today, I'm in the middle of. I started listening to Honeycut by Sierra Simone that released
say. Mhm.
today, and like I'm living. I also have. I guess it's just like a
Didn't Jen give
poly.
that 6 stars?
I don't. Did she? She said it.
Maybe.
She said it was a good time. I
She
finished
she posted a
Evocation.
6 star today. It might not have been Honeycut.
Oh wow. Okay, I need to check because
Yeah.
it's kind of been like a poly type of thing. I have my Beat Me Up book club pick, but that one I need to focus on because
Mhm.
I'd like to take notes. Like I have my notes here for that. I also have Triple Sec by TJ Alexander. That's
Mm.
like they had a sale going on yesterday or like a couple days ago with audiobooks. And
Mm.
that's like a poly romance centered around like a bartender. I guess like a couple comes in.
Mhm.
That's probably as well. Then I just came off the heels of Evocation by S.T. Gibson, which
Ooh.
it was good. Okay, Education of Malice I skipped, but Evocation I stand by. I really enjoyed that. Honeycut I've started. I'm intrigued by. Triple Sec sounds like it would be cute. I'm not sure which I'm going to land on. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's advantageous for me to jump into Triple Sec and like start another book, but I'm moody, so I don't know. I don't know what I should do.
I know.
I wish I
I
knew how to do polls on here. I would just ask you guys. I'm waiting for all the books in Sierra Simone's Salt Kiss series to be done before I read it. See, easily influenced. You might be helping me.
Yeah.
Monica. Monica.
I'm yeah, I am in the middle. Well, I have 30 minutes of the audiobook of Grin and Beard It by Penny Reed, which is
Yes.
number 2 in the Winston Brothers. So
Yes.
I am gonna definitely finish that out. It's I don't always jive with Penny Reed, and so this is one that's kind of in the middle, but I am looking I love the idea of the Winston brothers, and so I can like overlook Penny Reed's writing for
Yeah.
the world. um so I am going to finish that out definitely because I want it off my docket. And then I have been kind of making my way through Bound to the Shadow Prince by Ruby Dixon. This is a newer release. She did it serialized on one of the websites. And then the audiobook's already out on Hoopla, but it got picked up by a publisher to do a print run. And so I have an ARC copy for the print run and it's releasing on the 2nd. So I'm gonna make my way through that. But I have like 4 hours according to Kindle to finish it. And so that's probably not
Oh,
gonna it's chonky. It's pretty chonky.
You could
It's
make,
an
yeah,
old
you can make some good progress on that. That would
yeah.
be good. I know we're more than our beauty, but you look at hun. You look
Cute.
so pretty. I'm waiting for all the books. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, yes. Put that on your
Mhm.
TBR. It's
Yeah.
good. She did her thing. She
Mhm.
really did.
Nice.
Oh, I need to see. I get by. I'm not ever going to say this enough. Everybody keeps me in formation. I cannot stay on top of all of it.
Yeah.
What? Is it stunning? Because I just got the physical copy from like Amazon. I'm so behind. What do I have, like 3 jobs? And
Mhm. Mhm.
and I thought that this was stunning. And I was like, ooh, I mean, like, I just wanted some razzle dazzle. The fairy loot. Let me look this up. I know I'm being annoying. I'm just gonna look it up.
It's fun.
Okay.
We're
Is it
good.
is it is it pretty?
I haven't seen it, I don't think.
It is. It's cute. I remember reading through that
Yeah.
series.
Mhm.
I love the Winston Brothers shoes. Ruby's cereals can get a little unruly.
I mean, I love Ruby's writing style. Even when she's like a little meandering, a little like just having a time with it, I appreciate it. This one's definitely not one of her tightest works. It definitely is a little lengthy and
Okay.
it's a little more character focused than I typically enjoy. So, but I mean, it's hard because she's literally locked her two characters in a tower for
Oh
5 years.
wow.
So it opens with our heroine is she's kind of a spoiled princess, but she's sick. I haven't gotten to the author's note yet, but I'm thinking based on how it's portrayed, it's like a version of diabetes. I could be wrong though. But
Okay.
she calls it a blood curse, and it's this chronic illness that our main character has. And because of it, she's kind of been written off in court. And she has a sister that's was shipped off when she was a toddler that's going to be sacrificed to the gods to live in this tower for 7 years with a people from an enemy kingdom that is kind of like a creature, kind of shadow creature thing. But as she's traveling to go to the tower, her ship crashes and there's no survivors from the shipwreck. And so all of a sudden, there's this note from basically, okay, someone from your family has to go. And it's down to our main character and her sister, who is heavily pregnant with the heir to the kingdom. And our heroine's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go live in a castle for 7 years. But basically gets trapped into a corner because basically it's like if she doesn't go, the land goes into famine, there's droughts, there's storms, and all these things because it's displeasing the gods. But so someone's gonna go, and they basically it's either you or your sister. So she begrudgingly goes, and she gets literally locked into this tower. Like they bar the door and then brick her in. So I mean, if you have like claustrophobia, it's not like really like intense.
It's
But like
literally
if
the
you're
Loki from Matilda. They Matilda'd her?
yeah, or like Tangled, yeah. It's pretty insane. And so she's in there and she has to be in there 7 years. And they only have like 2 days to pack. And like they forgot firewood.
When? We only have 2 days back. I love you.
Yeah, they only have like 2 days to pack. They forget firewood. They give her like 16 dresses, but like not enough food. And so like it's this chaotic thing. And so originally, like she's very at odds with this person that she's been trapped with. And then eventually there's a slow burn relationship, but they're from enemy kingdoms and they're literally locked in this tower for 7 years. I mean,
Oh my god.
I was a
The
little unsure on how the pacing was going to go because at about 50%, it's like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years in. And I was like, how's this pacing going to work with them being in there for 7 years? Spoiler, they're not in there for 7 years, but it was.
and then are we dealing with 2 humans?
New. So our
Anatomy
heroine is
breakdown.
human.
Okay.
Our hero is a shadow daddy, so we have wings, move through shadows.
And it's dark up in there?
Yep,
Okay,
darker
okay,
tones.
okay.
Yeah, not so all kinds of great things.
Oh my god, and they're both, like, angst like, so oh my gosh, and they're from 2 warring kingdoms.
Yeah. And like, I mean, she's very good-hearted, but she's like a spoiled princess. She has like no real life skills. She kind of just was like pretty like loose and just like there for the times. And then our hero was like at this like monastery, like was potentially going to be a monk, like very like virgin hero and just
Oh
very
my
like
god!
scholarly. This is Bound to the Shadow Prince by Ruby Dixon. It is
I know, like,
forward.
right? Like, thank you. These are the answers that we need. Wait a minute.
Yes. Yes. It's a little meandering, so be in for a long, long
I'm
haul,
excited.
but I'm really enjoying it.
Right?
Yeah,
This is like
exactly.
fantastical Matilda Chokey. I just, like, I
Mhm.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just so thankful to everyone. Fairy Lou, I need to know
Mhm.
all of these boxes, because I'm trying not to get special edition crazy
Yeah. It's so hard.
because these authors don't care about my pockets. They don't
No.
care. They have no respect for the budget.
Yeah.
I have no respect for the budget. So I'm
I'm
like,
doing
this
okay
so
so
gorgeous.
far. Doing okay so far. But I mean, I think it's one of those things is that once you start, it becomes hard to stop. But it's like I haven't gotten my first yet, though I had major FOMO of what is it? A Fate Inked in Blood with the blue metallic edges.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Jess
I
from
had
Jen sent it to me for my birthday,
yes,
and it's
I know,
very pretty. It is.
very pretty. I have a little FOMO about that one, and then I'll have to get Bull Moon Rising when that one comes out or
But I was
pre-order.
just gonna say, are we? Because we're not. Okay, so we need to do that, but we have till October, and
Yeah,
it's like $30.
yeah,
We've got to get that.
yes. Maybe that'll be like our buddy read for October-y, November-y.
Same, and I love the countdown. I'm on day 3. Same, like I have a signing in October, and like I'm
Same.
trying not to count. Yes, Bull Moon Rising. It's gorgeous. I mean, have we met me? I just feel like it matches who I am. I need that book.
Yes.
Like I have to get that book. And then I have a signing coming up. And what
Mhm.
I'm trying to do is be on my organization bag. It's organized chaos over here. And so I'm trying to be on my Christy Reads a Lot game and clock when the special editions for the Love in Las Vegas signing comes up and like pre-order those ahead
Mhm.
of time. So I'm trying to account for those, any
Mhm.
like pre-orders. But outside of that, I'm really trying to like
Yeah.
reel it
I
in.
haven't
I mean,
I
all
haven't
of the
made good
signing,
progress on my book signing authors.
it's so crazy.
Yeah. So
Because I'm like,
hard.
where's the money coming from? I don't know where, you know?
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. And I
Yeah.
can't, I can't, this is the reason why I can't read any more like billionaire romances where the heroine's like unwilling to take financial help. It's unrelatable. Okay. I can't. It takes me out of the story. I can't do it anymore. I can't because I can't read it anymore because it's too much.
I
I
know.
just can't. I would take a little help for these sightings. Okay. For these special editions, for
Mhm.
something. So I can't
Yeah.
read it anymore. It's so
I'll take it
unrelatable.
for an adult-sized bookshelf because currently mine is a child's bookshelf. So I mean, I think we've talked about this. I'm good on the haul unhaul like
Yeah.
ratio because I literally run out of space.
Oh,
But
yes.
I I I I I acquired quite a few historical mass market paperbacks right before I moved, which was probably not a great choice. But
You're good though. No, you have very great judgment. I think you're fine. And you keep things in pristine condition. I feel like you've got great judgment. I trust
I
anything
was
that
gonna
you're
say,
doing. Me
yes,
on the I mean, I need.
yeah, yeah. My books will be perfection.
Yeah, like you're good. I need help, like, with I have space though. Like, I've got space for right now. I'm on a low buy year. So I'm max $250 for books. This is good. Okay, currently at 110. That's including an SE when the moon okay, yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
I have been tracking all my bookish expenses. Mind you, I'm currently doing a project right now where I need to calculate the last expenses for the last 2 months. But yeah, I am currently tracking my expenses because I need to lasso that in. I
Mm-hmm.
need to lasso that in.
I
And
was gonna say I have a budget for my signing, which is Authors in the Blue Grass, and I think it's currently at $400 of expenses. Granted, this is a signing I can drive to, and make a 1 day trip. So
oh yeah,
I don't have housing, and so it's $400 for books and gas.
yeah.
So,
That's how I'm like live in Las Vegas. I live here, and then
mhm,
like I'm gonna make that work. I've already
mhm.
paid for the ticket. So I'm excited. I had to get the Tattered and Torn series because the first book is being traditionally published, and I love the indie covers. Yep,
Those are
this is
good covers.
I mean, that's bookish math. I have too many physical and ebooks on my TBR. I'm drowning in my book for. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
I love that. See, but that sounds cozy. That
yeah,
sounds
that
too
sounds great.
cozy and too inviting, and I like it's endless. And so then I
Mhm.
think, ooh, my like makeshift like rationalization of my mood boarding, it's literally just a bunch of mini TBRs, but I call it a mood board, and it's literally that. It's just a bunch of little TBRs. My Amazon lists, they're just a bunch of little TBRs, but in my mind I'm like, okay, it's not like never ending. I can kind of like spin it, and if I'm in this like certain mood, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
go reach for this because there's a bunch of like shorter queer horror books that I want to read. I'm like, oh, if I'm in that mood, I'm gonna grab this. If I'm in an MM mood, what am I not? I'm gonna grab for this. It's just getting out of hand, and I'm drowning in them too. So apparently I'm in a poly mood because all of the books that I'm kind of in the middle of are polyamorous.
Oh,
My daughter told me my daughter looks like a library. I said thank you. She said it wasn't a compliment. Oh my god.
hey,
I mean,
hey,
hey. I just look up. Oh, it's gorgeous.
it's
It's
so gorgeous.
absolutely stunning.
Yes,
And
I
gift
will
cards,
definitely be getting that.
April from Happily Ever April told me that, if it's a gift card, it doesn't count. It's got to be coming
Yeah,
out of your pocket. Oh,
exactly.
so then you need to be dropping. So do we need a link to? So
Mhm.
you need an Amazon wish list, and you need to put gift cards on there. So that just tells me right now
Mhm.
we have the Novellathon is starting this weekend. I believe it
Yeah,
starts on Thursday,
yeah,
correct?
that sounds
And
right. I was like, I needed to write down all the things because all of a sudden I had forgotten about the Novellathon, and then the Swashbuckling Readathon got announced, and then the Wallflowers read along got announced, and I was like, okay, so I have like my next like 3 months of reading, just like
I know. Because
wow.
it's like we're starting Thursday is a Novellathon. I like to do giveaways. And I like doing giveaways because people don't enter into the giveaway. And then,
I was
there's only
gonna say
16 people here.
I always appreciate them because
Yeah.
inevitably I win.
Yeah, because like there's only 16 people here because not everybody like enters, and then I can just reward everybody for entering. So we'll see about that. That's
Mhm,
that is going to be on Thursday, and
mhm,
it's going to be fun. We'll have reading sprints again here on Friday for that,
mhm.
and a live show on Samantha's channel. I'm very excited. So gift cards do not count. You need to have like a link, like a wish list link. Apparently I'm in a cowboy mood. Oh god, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I
think
was
I'm ever
gonna
gonna
say I need to
run
get
out
to maybe I'll do a try a chapter with this. I bought
of
this at
that.
my local bookstore, but ugh,
Ooh,
the
that
badge, you know.
oh, it's Lena. You might be off to the races with that one, babe.
I know. So this one is I think an ex-cop and someone that's in witness protection, and they're on a ranch. I think that's what it is.
I just love Witsec. I love a Witsec plot, like on screens, small or silver.
Mhm.
So that sounds good.
Yes.
770 audiobooks in my Audible library, 228 are unread. I still pick up books. This is, let me see how many I got, girl. That's masterful. I've got 220 titles. My hats are off. I love that. That is a collection. Okay, Novellathon. This is where we celebrate our love for novellas. So technically, I mean, we go back and forth, but any book that's like 250 pages or less, I should have a playlist on my channel, but we love them. This is going to be, I believe, our 4th round. And ironically enough, we have celebrated each season. So we had one for Valentine's Day in February. We've had them around spooky season, October, for Christmas, now summer, and we're going to have it from the 20th, I believe, till it's going to be Thursday through Sunday. We'll have like reading sprints on my channel on Friday, and then we'll have like an ending live show on Books of Samantha's channel. It's going to be me, Ava from Ava's Romance Books, Rachel's from Rachel Reads and Sings, Books of Samantha, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We love it. We're just going to be reading novellas all weekend long. We have some prompts. I do have all of the graphics up on my like Instagram in a highlight, and it's just a lot of fun. Like, it's a lot of fun. We just, it's very, you know, Pride Month forward this month, but you can read anything. And then we usually have like a fun, like active prompt where you can, you know, have your own like summer drink, and it's just, it's always a good time. So if you want to join us, please do. And the prompts are like pretty easy if you get a blackout and a bingo board. Sometimes I like to do a giveaway like at random. We'll see if that happens this time around. Maybe. If I'm a co-host, I won't enter giveaways. Yeah. Oh, and then the swashbuckling readathon. I have my TBR set for that. I just read the book.
I don't know when I'm gonna film, but I sat down and I banged out like 5-ish, 6-ish recommendations. Granted, half of them are space pirates because I read
please, because I saw that in April's like TBR video, so, or like in her announcement video. I want more space pirates. I'm like, please. I'm very excited about the space pirates. I got a historical, and then, you know, Karina Halley. So I'm definitely down for the space pirates. And then I found an Alexis Hall like novella that I'm excited about too for the pirates. So I'm like, I'm here for it with the swashbuckling readathon. It's time. Like, summer and pirates make sense to me. I'm here for it. I think I found about 6. Oh yeah, you told me I hope you're going to be in the Hideaway Discord. Not that I'm going to be like stalking, but I'll be bothering you because you mentioned that in my comments, because I need this list. I think I found about 16 historicals that might fit the pirate theme, but I have to look at them a bit closer. Either way, pretty ships and ladies with heavy bosoms. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. That is what I need. You need to read the Reynolds Protection series by Rebecca Sharp. Ranger in Dr. Spencer Reed.
Ooh, I love Spencer Reed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need that.
I am writing that one down because
I know, I'm like, picture time. Me too. Oh yes, the Ever King. And I loved that we read, I remember Carrie from Books for Romance got me into this author. So I do need to continue on. Now, she recommends that I continue on with that series to really be in the full scope of the Ever King. But I kind of want to jump into it. I really do.
Yes, that was one of my recommendations, was the Corsairs, and then spinoff is the Corsair Brothers, which are all just part of the Rizdiverse, which, I mean, just read them all, but
right.
I mean, I'm a Ruby stan. I'm not quite to Ava's level of knowledge and expertise, but I strive to be as good as Ava on Ruby.
Oh yeah, I know. It's really masterful. It's dedication. I'm slowly making my way there.
Yes.
I really am.
Yeah, Bethia. That's actually my next one in the Rizdiverse, so I can read that. That's on my TBR now. Great. Thank you so much here for the plot.
Woo! I love the Rizdiverse. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think this is what I'm gonna be doing. Well, I'll call myself out. Dang it. We're gonna have to finish this video because I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I have got to get into a position where I'm seeing everybody's mid-year freak out tags coming out, and I'm like, I'm not done with June yet. I need this month. And I'm so happy that I decided to do that because we read Leather and Lark. So that will be on one of the answers. But I need to get my like act together over here since I have been doing all my script reading stuff. And so I'm going to be listening to either. You guys help me. Am I reading? I'm going to ask. Am I reading Honeycut or Triple Sec? Let's see. But I'm going to be listening to an audiobook, and then I need to get my reading journal. Willow sent me this last year. And so I have been going through, and because there's 100 spots and I plan on reading more than that this year, I haven't been putting every single book in here. I've been putting like all of my favorites in here. And now that I have a printer, so I've like Spinning Silver was like my favorite. Now that I have a printer, I'm like adding like all my favorite quotes and stuff. So I'll be updating this so I can actually have all my favorites for the year since we're halfway through. And I need to do that and like get it together and update like my reading spreadsheet. So I'm going to be getting myself together over here while I'm listening to a book. Because I have to physically read Madness of the Horde King. I should probably get the audiobook, but I have to physically read that. So I'm going to move over to my audiobook so I can like do things.
I was going to say, I'm due for an update on mine. Oh. But mine is a bullet journal. So I did so good this month.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
So
it's so summery.
I know. It's like jungly. I was feeling that after being in the Dominican Republic. So I was like,
how was your trip?
It was super good. So yeah, one of my college friends was getting married. And so the actual wedding was a bit awkward because like I didn't really know anyone, and it was a small group because it was a destination wedding, but just being on vacation, and we were at a resort that was just like one of those resorts where you just like sit and read and like do nothing. And so that was pretty nice. So
like all inclusive.
Yes. I was probably one of the very few people that did not get my weight's worth of alcohol there, but there were plenty of people that were really enjoying the open bar. So.
Oh, I know. Those are the ones with like the swim up.
I was gonna say.
Okay, I think it's Honeycut. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, I'm gonna continue on because I already started.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be finishing the Penny read, and then I'm gonna probably knit while I do that, and then we'll see what I pick up after that. I probably need to find a novella because with Ruby Dixon's book being long, I need something that's quick.
Oh, yeah. All right. So are we thinking 30 or 45-minute sprint?
Yeah.
Let's see. We can help you with this. Having a hard time finding pirate theme on my library app. I look up all the ones they recommend. Okay. Well, we can help you. We'll start.
We'll do some.
Do you have Kindle Unlimited? Because I've seen a lot on Kindle Unlimited, and then like if you like it, because I've seen a few that I recommended that are on Kindle Unlimited, like Kidnapped by the Pirate all of a sudden is on Kindle Unlimited now again, and the audiobook is on Audible like Prime now.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
you don't.
No
okay.
Kindle Unlimited.
Okay, so no Kindle Unlimited. So we need pirate recs that are through Libby or Hoopla. Okay, no Kindle Unlimited, no AnyPlay, no Audible, correct? Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Well, and Libby's so hard because everyone has different Libby's.
Everybody has different Libby's.
I was going to say, one of my friends Libby. I recommended one of my friends, my coworker, the Bromance Book Club series. and her library didn't have any of them, and I have all of them.
Oh, I
And so
know.
it's just very different.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy because I see the access that I have here in Las Vegas as opposed to like my old like area because you can see where you're borrowing from, and I'm like, wow. Okay.
Exactly. Okay, 45, and then we'll come back with some ideas for Jay Lely, hopefully.
Yeah. And then also put in the chat books that you're like that you were looking up that you wanted to read so we can come up with some recs and we'll try to figure out where to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Any Duke in a Storm. That's the one I want to read. That's the one I want to read. Like, do you want historical, like genre, historical, paranormal? Because I know it's gonna be pirate, but we can
Mm-hmm.
try to find like where you can get it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me share my screen. 45 it is.
Okay.
Any. Okay.
Okay.
Any kind of
We're
romantic. Okay.
good. Okay.
I'm hitting mute because I'm
Same.
Hi. How'd
Yes,
this go?
it went good. I finished up Grin and Beard It, so I was glad to have that done, updated my reading journal, and I started an audiobook that's for one of my authors in the Bluegrass authors. So it's Road to the Hollow, and the premise was really good. Basically, it starts with our heroine is denied from a job at the FBI, and they basically say there is something that happened in your childhood that precludes you from working at the FBI. And so she goes on this, she moves back home to figure out what happened because she hasn't returned home. So, and for a while. So I'm really intrigued. The premise really got me, but I don't know if I'll enjoy it. The heroine's kind of a little whiny right now.
Does she not know what happened?
No, she doesn't. So she's trying to figure out what happened, and her parents got murdered when she was living across the country. So, or in Europe. So I'm still trying to get my footing a little bit, but I'm definitely intrigued with the premise. So,
Ooh. I would be like, excuse me?
yeah.
I'm on chapter 11 and the hero is holding the heroine captive.
Ooh,
I
we
love
love
it.
that.
I love it.
We love that.
That's so, I mean, the reason why I love captor-captive dynamics, what I revel in with that sort of situation within romance is I like the switch up. I like the caveat of the captor becoming the captive and being lassoed in by their feelings. That's what I enjoy. If that's not happening, then but that's why I love a captor-captive situation, because at some point there's that eclipse, and that's what I enjoy from them.
Oh yeah.
So that's the element I crave. Oh, I'm staying here. I have about 30 more pages left and done and dusted. Let's go. Read 22 pages. That is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What's the title of the book?
It's Road to the Hollow. Let me pull up the cover. It's on Hoopla for audio. So that's one of the reasons why I picked it.
I know the
So
audio was working for me. I loved it.
this is the kind of
Road to the
discreet.
Hollow.
Yeah. But
She's trying to escape, but there's a yeah. I eat that up. That's my catnip. There's a heat between them.
yeah, and then this is kind of the main cover, or the old cover. That's kind of the more classic paranormal indie style. So I think it is supposed to be paranormal, small town. So I'm excited about it. I'm intrigued, and so she was just eating at a diner and she looks in the mirror and there's yeah, my eyes almost glow in the dark, but they really don't. And I'm like, yeah, they really do.
They really do. And it's clicking right now. Do you think it's all those classic paranormals? Why I'm obsessed with LED and neon. Oh my God. It all makes sense. Everything that glows. I'm like, oh yeah. It just resonates with me. I've been conditioned for a long time. I just got to the part of Leather and Lark when Auntie Ethel. I love Auntie Ethel in that book.
Yes.
That is all we will say on these interwebs. Okay. For people that are going to enter that book. But her character.
Yes.
That's probably one of my favorite characters of this year. Her character is just so good. She's so bad. She's so awesome. She's such a good character.
Definitely.
I want to be her when I grow up. Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I want to be her when I grow up. Are you kidding me?
Yes, for Muffin Empire.
She is the best. Absolutely best, hands down. I love her. I love her.
Yeah,
little mastermind. She's mighty. Oh my God, she's a riot. I love her character. She just leapt off the page. Isn't she so good? Yeah, she's good.
So great. I was gonna say, I just keep thinking spoilers, and so like I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
not just
ruin
saying
it.
anything. You know,
But
I'm gonna say I just have to say she's great. She's great.
yeah.
I think we all need an Ethel
Mm-hmm.
medley. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm done. Let me.
So
I
how
got yeah, Honeycut is good so far. I'm now understanding after reading, so I love a bodyguard romance. There's reasons why I love tropes. So bodyguard romance, the reason why I loved the bodyguard, like salt in the wound between Tristan and Mark in the second book after the novella I just really loved. I do love BDSM pairings, but I don't really love when like a heroine's submissive, but she doesn't really know it and she's like naturally submissive. What I
Mhm.
loved about the heroine in this trilogy is that she's not naturally submissive. Okay. She is lethal. She was raised by nuns to kill. And I absolutely love that about her. And it's not
Mhm.
like a natural thing for her to kneel. Okay. That's what I really liked. And
Mhm.
she's not really gleeful about having to make this like sacrificial decision on the behest of like the men in her life. She's not really happy about doing that. And so I love that about her. That doesn't fit really well on her submission. It's not like hot and sexy to her. It's a sacrifice. And she's angry about it and she's like fighting against it. And she's also, I like characters that have like this like sense of like self mastery. I like lethal characters because that is not me. Discipline's not like my my default setting. And so like I really liked her as a heroine, and then I like the bodyguard romance because I like bodyguards
Mhm.
because it's like the one job where they get to boss around their boss. Okay, I love that. I love that. So like a valet, um like ladies maid, not really in like historical settings, like it's kind of that, but like a bodyguard, you can boss around your boss. And so I really liked that. And Tristan is like a cinnamon roll. He's a veteran, so he's dealing with like a lot of trauma. um and like Mark is just like a shark. He's like kind of an enigma.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me of, if you've ever read Rena Kent, she kind of describes a lot of her heroes as like black smoke. Like you can't really grab onto them. So that's kind of like Mark. Like you can't really like put your finger on him, but like Tristan is like absolutely captivated by him. But there's something about him that like Mark can't really press on. So I like the idea of, it makes sense now in Honeycut why Tristan and her would get along. So like she's being forced to marry Mark and it's advantageous for her and what her family needs because his sex club puts them in a great position to get information.
Mhm.
And I completely buy that her and Tristan would fall because he's such a cinnamon roll and he's sweet.
Mhm.
And the fact that like they've both been trained to kill and they've both kind of been lassoed in by Mark in some way and they both can't really like put a pin on him and they
Mhm.
feel like they've been gamed by him in a way. I really can like buy how they would come together, and I like that they both are not happy about like falling for him. I
Mhm.
like the dynamics. I like a reluctant pairing. I like couples or like characters that are not trying to be in love because I just find that realistic, maybe a little bit revealing, maybe a little bit relatable for me. So
Yeah.
I'm liking the dynamics.
Mhm.
I'm liking it. So right now, um, I don't want to give spoilers, but going into the like, they're kind of like a united front against him, which I like.
Mhm.
Especially when we're dealing with like a toxic character like Mark, I like characters that like recognize that and they're not like on board
Mhm.
for it. And so I like that they're kind of like teaming up together. I'm interested in seeing because I watched this hilarious reel from
Mhm.
Sarah Simone today, like at the top of release day, talking about everything that this book isn't, and she apologized for Mark. So I'm waiting to kind of get to that and see what
Mhm.
she works about. But I'm enjoying it. I like this team element. I like that they're both kind of walking on eggshells around him, and they're both questioning if he's clocking the connection that they have. Which, if they think that anything is going on underneath their noses, I'm not that far. Okay, I'm in chapter 3. I can't spoil anything. Okay, but if they think anything's getting past him, It's just absolutely hilarious. Like, you know, so I can't wait for it to like, explode in their
Yes.
faces. I love Sarah Simone's writing style. Yes, me too. And I'm like, I want to ask her. I just love this whole like these religious musings, like this whole like train of thought that she has gone down since I want to say her Camelot series. It feels like through Greer a little bit. I don't know if I'm inserting that onto the page, but it feels like since then. Just been
I
like
haven't
some.
read her, so I can't.
Oh, okay. It feels like that, just like a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm having fun with it.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, like that freaking okay. When I saw, like, when I figured out, I'm like, she was raised by nuns, but these are like lethal nuns. I'm like, what is going on? Like on missions for the Vatican. I'm like, this is the coolest thing
Yeah.
ever. What? Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
can't
That
remember
kind of
when.
reminds me, Lana P. I know everyone likes her Longing of Lone Wolves series, but she has like a superhero kind of world. And the first book, basically, our heroine is kidnapping all of these kids that have superpowers that are like based off of the 7 deadly sins. And she's like a killer nun, basically.
I need that. It reminds me of this. I forget what it's called. It's such a cool cover. It's like red and purple, and it's actually like a mystery. I saw it in the library, and I should have checked it out. And it's a mystery about it's like a nun, and she's like smoking a cigarette on the cover. And I should have grabbed
Mm.
it. But yeah, and she ends up like,
Mm-hmm.
she started over as a nun too. But it's like there's like a series of murders going on. But I'm like, I need to get back into the nuns. The last one was made by her, so and those
Yeah.
were like monks.
Mm-hmm.
Those were monks. So, what was the last nun? Oh my gosh. The last nun I read was actually for the Novellathon, and I think it was Michelle Mills, and it was Alien Priest. And it was Alien Priest, and I think it was maybe like a little bit of breeding kink. I'm sorry. That was the last nun that I read. I think that was the last nun that I read.
I was
So,
like, I'm not sure I have read. Well, I don't know. To call the Lana P character a nun is a little, it might be a stretch. I can't remember the premise. It was like a year, maybe even 2 years ago, I read it and then promptly like forgot to continue on in the series after the prequel novella. But I'm really excited because the first book has Arrow vibes. Like the first full length book has Arrow vibes on the like cover, and I'm just like, oh, that's like I love Arrow so much as like a W show.
oh my god, I need to lasso in the shows here. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do a Bridgerton rewatch before. I mean, the days are just going by over here.
I know.
We're
I don't
doing the
know.
Bridgerton watch along on Saturday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know what happened because all of a sudden it was like, well, I'm gonna try and like I was so behind on everything, but I was trying to reread or to read for the first time Benedict and
Yeah,
Colin.
you were. You
And I
were.
finished both of those. And then I was trying to rewatch the show, season 1 and 2. And so I'm on the wedding episode of season 2. And so I have
My favorite episode. Not so
it's
sarcastically, it's not.
it's chaos and like it's so cringe. But it's like I need to finish. Like I mean, season 2 is a train wreck you can't look away from. But kind
Don't
of in a
let
good
me
way
influence
and
you.
kind of
Just
in a
watch
bad
it.
way.
Yeah,
But I
just
need to
watch
get through
it. You
it.
might like it.
Yeah. But I need to watch season 3 because like I'm trying to dodge spoilers and I
Have you though? If you've dodged them,
I've dodged them for Penelope and Colin, but then I got like I saw the Francesca spoiler and I'm a little mad about it.
I suspected
Mostly
it. I got
because
it.
I got spoiled, not because they changed anything, but I got spoiled.
Oh yeah, because like I had in our last watch along discussion, I had brought up some theories, and I didn't know that some of those theories would. I'll say some because some people may have not gotten to this to the season 3 yet. So if they're watching things, but I brought up like a lot of theories and some of which came to pass. So I went in questioning a few things. So I wasn't like fully surprised. What surprised me is that some of my coworkers, okay, within the film development space, were very quiet about the fact that they had screeners of Bridgerton season 3. They literally had seen up until episode 6 and said nothing to me. In April, they had seen. Yeah, and I was like, so you sat there and let me theorize and do all of this and said nothing to me, which I'm really happy that I knew after what was it, part 1 had come out. That's when like they let me know that they had already seen up until episode 6. That's when I started to realize, okay, some of these like YouTubers that I'm watching that have like prediction videos, I'm like, these people have definitely seen it. There's no way that they're like accurately hitting everything. They've seen these, because there were some people that were ethical and said like, hey, I've seen up until this point. There are like reviewing embargoes, and so I really respected that. But almost like, I'm like, okay, girl, you're the first I give a project to. I know you're not going to say anything. I had no idea. Yeah, my friend had seen them already. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how do I get this kind of access? They'll never give it to me because I'm too honest about my feelings on the show. I'm way too honest. Oh my God. I'm like, maybe I should keep my mouth shut. I might get some screeners or a freaking invite. Dang it.
I know. I was gonna say, I was like, I can't like, I can't wait to watch it because I can't wait to see all of the things. And like, but like, I've been trying to dodge, and then like, rightfully so, everyone was expressing their opinions about Francesca and her plot line. And I was like, cool, yes, like, we appreciate that representation. But also I did not need to be spoiled.
Yeah, that's the balance, right? Because like with all of these, like the first part, I binge watched the first 4 episodes. Could I have come out with like my initial thoughts or a reaction? Like, and could I have been in my stories about it? I could have, because sometimes I try to balance that. Like, I'm like, and I had like all the energy in the world. I'm like, I could have come out with a video, but at the same time, I'm like, I just don't want to be that girl. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm willing to like not be that girl, because people can click on the video if they want to or not. But I'm just like, I just didn't want to be that girl. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let this pass me by. Like it's okay,
I saw Justin's video and I was like, I want to watch that so bad, but I haven't seen it, so like I'm not gonna click on it. But like people are not being that considerate in their stories at all. So
oh yeah, see, because if you're on YouTube, like you can click on it or not. I don't know, I just can't. And you know how I am in my stories. I'm like, I need to be, I was like, I can't. I don't want to be that girl. So to each their own,
I know.
But I just can't.
I've been like trying to, I've just not been on Instagram and trying to like keep my head down, but I was a little annoyed on that one.
I'm also like, my Instagram's not monetized too. So it's easy for me to say that. It's not like, I should put that caveat. Like, I understand that a lot of people's channels and their Instagram is like a stream of income for them. My channel and my Instagram is not. So like, I feel like I can understand if someone is like counting on that to like to pay the bills and stuff like that and views. I get that. So
yeah,
I can understand that. But for me, I just was like, oh, I can't do this. I cannot. I didn't want to be that girl. So I was like, let me keep my mouth shut. Yeah. I just kept going. Like, I finally wrapped it up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a rewatch before the watch along on Saturday, but I have a lot of thoughts. I think
my goal is to get to the point where I've watched everything, have watched the season 2 and part 1 discussion so that I can watch live on Sunday and be in the chat. We'll see if that's actually going to happen.
Yeah, so it's like, you'll have time. You'll have time.
I was going to say. And now it's like, at this point, I'm like, should I have just like read all of the books before everything got like, with everything changed? But I mean, I read the first 2 after the show. So it's like, Bridgerton is... Well,
I think that's what the beauty of like Zay's idea to do the watch along, because the show's just different. The
Yeah.
show is a completely different thing. And I
Mhm.
think someone like as someone who's read the books, it
Mhm.
is hard to not okay,
Mhm.
so it's hard to for me to not watch the show and
Mhm.
think like who's gonna do it better. So after watching season two, episode 3, I knew the show's doing a new thing.
Yeah.
That's when I realized the show is doing something completely different. The show is not the series. And so once I like relinquished that and realized that, I
Mhm.
went into season 3 not expecting them to follow the books at all. That's what
Okay.
I went in with, very low expectations. Now,
Mhm.
having said that, it's hard for me to look and go, I mean, when we have the books to look at, it's very difficult for me to not go, they did certain things better in the show. That we got
Mhm.
things that we didn't get from the books in the show. And then there are other things where I'm like, wow, this is like a missed opportunity.
Mhm.
Things are rushed in the
Yeah.
show. We've got a lot going on. It's a different thing. I have
It
so many
is very
thoughts.
different.
I have so
Yeah.
many. You didn't like season, oh yeah. Where's Monica? Ah! I love Monica. She has a video of her initial thoughts where like she has a vlog where she watched it and she gives her
Mhm.
thoughts after each episode. And then overall thoughts at the end. She does.
Mhm.
From what I heard of the show, there are 2 separate entities that happen to have the same names. Oh, girl. Wait, hold on.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like having 2 Jennifers in yeah. 2 different girls, but the same yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was gonna say they're very different, but it's also like I like being able to compare them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's definitely it's inspired by Bridgerton, where, after the first season, I was like, "Okay, these are gonna be adaptations," and then, after season 2, I'm like, "Okay, these are inspired by," but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw Zay had a thing on
Feelings.
Threads, which I didn't see the full thread because I haven't caved in actually gotten the app, but I see the little like promos of people's thoughts. So I missed context. But Zay said something of like, and I forget the actor's name, but basically when they cast and now I'm forgetting the hero's name too, Daphne's dude, as being black, like we knew that they were gonna deviate because we introduced
Oh,
this like
yeah.
fully like diverse cast and like that's wonderful. And again, I haven't gotten to season 3, but like I can appreciate them and I don't want to spoil it for anyone else's, but the hints that we've gotten at the end of season 3 in theory tying back to the scene with Benedict at the art party in season 1. I think it's season 1
Yeah.
where he like kind of stumbles on. It's like I think that they did kind of redeem themselves with how they butchered that. Again, I haven't seen the show, so I don't know for sure. But we'll see. I'm trying not to spoil anyone because I got spoiled. For some things, I should say. But Simon, thank you, Monica.
Yeah, I'm just, 2 more years.
It's 2.
Yes. Yes.
I know it's elaborate, but why? Why? I was like maybe like I don't know. Like I'll say one thing, like the time helped, and I don't know the actor's real name. It helped Penelope and Colin as actors mature enough to be like leads. I think like they went from at the very beginning being young to now they look like they're old enough and mature enough for an AGA in the Bridgerton world. But 2 years.
Oh, I know. And it's just like, we'll talk when you finish in terms of like if we feel like where we ended, if we are ready for that. Also, I think that public discourse about the show is okay. So, right now, as fandom, public discourse about the show is pivotal. We need to be on Instagram, we need to be on TikTok, we need to be on the app formerly known as Twitter. We need to be talking about the things that we want to see. Like we need to be active because we do have enough time to have some influence on where things are going. Okay, forward, because that's all I'm gonna say. Well, I'll say my thoughts, but like we do have a short window to kind of like influence that. The 2 year, because it does make a difference. I'm gonna tell you that. The 2 years are to get and
Yes.
a little
Love that
bit.
take.
Not gonna lie, I'm surprised that everyone's surprised that it's going to take 2 years. I thought it was basic info since season 1 came out in 2020. Season 2 came out in 2022. Well,
I'll caveat by saying we had COVID between 2020 and 2022.
yeah,
And they've been dragging their feet on this season for a questionable reason other than the strike, but like how much did that really delay stuff? I don't know. Maybe you can say that, Tiff.
Yeah, because like to be honest with you, especially with I look at like Handmaid's Tale, maybe due to the strike, but I don't think it shouldn't take 2 years to get the season out. I think because of what we've had going on, like socially and everything like that, industry wise, okay, that plays a lot into it. But outside of that, yeah, that's a choice. Just like the 8 episodes is a production choice. This is like scheduling. These are choices, and that's fine. Get it to where you want to, get it. But like, these are choices. The 8 episodes is a choice. The 2 years is a choice. These are choices. That's not like this. This is how long it takes because this is how long it takes. These are choices based on like everything that's needed for production. So, but I don't want them rushing things, but
side eye.
Yeah, but it's like because I've been on quicker turnarounds. Season 3 was not as well written as season 1 and 2. Let's just call it how it is. But it's yes.
Yeah, that was having to do with like the AI writing and AI, right?
Is that well,
there was, I guess, multiple.
That's part of it. That's part of it. I think I'm not geek out with artificial intelligence right now, but that's part of it. But it's the writers and actors strike, and that being like in alignment. Also, like AI brought into the forefront and not knowing like the future in that and wanting to like have sanctions on that and like a lot of that. Or like just so the writer's room, and we have a new showrunner for this season. It's not badly written. There's good chemistry, but there's issues of consent that pissed me off that could have been passed. Simon deserved better. Oh yeah, season 1. Yeah. I mean, and that's in the text. I mean,
I was gonna say that was one of the first book reviews or like monthly wrap-ups I ever posted was reading The Duke and I was like, oh gosh, like how am I gonna explain this? And like it's still up on my channel, and like shortly after that, like I was like, oh man,
I leave I've had some controversial stuff on my channel too, and you know what, I leave it all up because it's there. I leave it there. I don't take anything off my channel too because it's a growth moment. Call outs are growth moments. They're not always gleeful and they're not always fun, but you know what, they're growth moments and they happen for a reason. And I think that they're there for a reason.
I think I said something along the lines of Julia Quinn wrote it better in the book than in the show and kind of left it at that. And like there is consent issues, and I probably didn't say it that eloquently but
yeah, it's like
I don't know if I say anything eloquently anymore anyway, but
yeah, it's just like same. I'm like, I'm gonna leave this up here. It looks so bad. Oh, I meant show. Oh yeah. So I've got to parse through some things because there are a lot of elements that I enjoyed, and then there are things that just really irked me. I'm not a fan of our hero. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm it on my rewatch, and this is not to make this a Bridgerton breakdown.
I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go.
But man, does Eloise annoy me a ton in the show.
Oh, girl. Okay, so and you're in season 2? Because
Yeah.
I felt so like, I was like quiet because when after like season 1, everybody loved Eloise, especially when that like, non like approved copyright like musical came out. I mean, everybody loved Eloise. I just didn't read her that way because I've always been like, show Penelope and book Penelope are 2 different characters, but I love them both. So
Yeah.
I gravitate towards her. And so I always just saw her just as dismissive. I love the scenes when they're together and I love their friend moments, but I just saw her as dismissive and just like,
I never liked, but about the only scene that I like with Eloise is in, I think, season 1, where she's out on the porch, like smoking or something.
With
and
Benedict, her scenes with
I'm like, that's about the only scene that I like Eloise, because she's just too strong-willed, too like, she runs ramshot over everyone and forces her opinions on everyone, and it's like, sorry girl, you're not worth it.
There's something that I found difficult with Eloise, because there are a few things that I could see in her that maybe like if you clock it, if you can spot it, you got it. So with her, where, oh my gosh, I did feel for her because she was just like, it was I could feel for her just lack of like bucking against the system and like this refusal to like play along and just like fear. She was so scared. So I could definitely feel that the first time around, but then also like her just being so blinded by her privilege, and then also blinded by like her in action also. And like it made me hoorah for like Penelope, because I'm like, while she's sitting here smoking and swinging on swings, wishing she could do something, like here's Penelope doing it. And it made me like revel in Penelope more. So
and maybe I'll see it in season 3, but I was really hoping for growth from Eloise from season 1 to season 2, and if anything, she got more of the same characteristics. And it's like, okay, like you can stomp your foot and be, it's not the right word, but bratty about it in season 1 because you're quote younger and not out and like whatever. But like there's a certain point where I'm like, I expect you to behave maturely and like you do something about it that's proactive, or use the time and space that you have for it to like do something instead of just sneaking off. I don't know.
Yeah, I have an ebb and flow with her now. I'm, but yeah.
We'll see. But yeah.
Same. I had that relationship with her too, watching her on screen. I just was like, why is everybody in love? I get that.
Yes, she's definitely not a good friend to Penelope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's hard. My issue is if it was reversed to say usually, not always, get the comeuppance, sometimes to redeem him like a dark romance. I didn't feel Daphne earned a happily ever after. Ooh, Daphne's like... I have a lot of stuff that's like bound up in characters like Daphne. So like I feel like it's fitting that she does, right? Like, and I think that's a lot of like what's hung up with Eloise. Like now she doesn't have like Daphne's covering anymore in season 2. Like Daphne's gonna get the HEA, right? So Whether she deserves it or not, it's almost like, I guess that was like her great conundrum in her season. Like, why isn't this like happily ever after for me? Why isn't this working out? Why isn't this perfect? I did everything by the book. She should have been a princess, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, but yeah, the show is very interesting. They always said it was going to be an ensemble show, and are they delivering on that? Absolutely. There's a lot going on in a short amount of time. I really wish we could get at least 2 more dang episodes. I want 10 episodes. Can we get 10 episodes? Oh
Yeah.
my god. It's very frenetic. I'm gonna leave it at that. We need more time. I mean, they're picking things up and dropping them down. It's
Mhm.
it's a lot.
Ooh.
Ooh. They
Special
create
edition Stay a Spell. Ooh.
Yeah, because I miss the Kickstarter. I always
Mm,
miss Kickstarters. So I would love to see that.
I was
Let's
gonna
do that. I
say
want to see fairy loot. I
I
want to
saw the Kickstarter and I was like, I didn't I love I love the series. I don't love the series that much.
I feel
So
you.
I was like, the first 2 books were really strong. And then after that they I don't know.
I
They just
love them.
yeah.
You know what it was? When the Kickstarter was happening, what were we getting back from? I think I was getting back from a signing when that Kickstarter went off. It's the
Oh,
same thing when the Booktuber box came out,
oh
and I
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, I wanted that box," but we were
It
just
was
getting
so
back
pretty.
from a signing. Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't."
Yes. I
Um,
which book box or which company was it? It might have been Fay Crate, but it might have been someone else. They did a special edition of the Clickania series by Victoria Aveline. I think I mentioned that to you. I got Baron. Well, I was chatting with Baron about it,
I
but
love her.
I
I
loved
love
it.
her. I totally this is what I'm talking about embarrassing. I
Yeah.
was telling this at like Beam Me Up and Beam Me Up. Dude, I like DM'd her because I finally watched one of her videos and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, I love your channel. I was
I
like,
love
you know what did I say? I was like, F me. How have I not watched any of your videos? I was so
it.
embarrassing.
I
I like
know.
talking like I knew her or something. So, but I was like, I love your channel.
I know. I started watching. They did a couple of the people did like a someone to chooses a TBR and it went
Yeah.
like around in a circle. And so I watched like everyone's because like I knew Nikki did it, Cheyenne did it, McKay did it. And so it was like
Yeah.
most of the people that I knew about. And then there was Baron, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I bonded with her because she said she recently found out that she had like curly wavy hair and she was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I can tell you what to do.
You know what? And I love to because she spots those like tiny little details in a book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah,
if an author says like, "Oh, something was baking this long," or like the workout took this long, she's gonna be like,
yeah,
"I love that."
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, yes. Her thoughts on Butcher and Blackbird were hilarious because she's like, yeah, I can't not believe that these people were like this bad at serial killing. Like, and I was like, I mean, fair. I love Butcher and Blackbird for the vibes, but it didn't work for her as a like seasoned black romance reader or
But
dark
I
romance
love that
reader.
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was like, this is hilarious. But
She's
yes,
like,
I love her.
I
Yes.
love that. Like it's the
But
red herring.
yes, circling back, the Clickanian series by Victoria Aveline, one of the book boxes did a pop art, like 50s kind of pop art style covers for the series. And I was like, oh, this is tempting. I need to pull it up. And
Please.
but
I love the whole series always. Yeah. I just let me see. I have them all. It's hard. I do love like Don't Hex and Drive. And then always practice safe hex is like a favorite sometimes. And then the first is a favorite sometimes. Like it just depends. Her caregiver. Yes, yes.
yeah. So this is the special edition. Ugh, the lighting's pretty bad. Let me see if
You
I
know,
can. Let's
me
see.
prep our 45 minutes because I know.
let's see. Does that make it better?
Does it?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm your friend, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for it to do it. The lighting over there is incredible. I'm very proud. You're
For me?
glowing. Yeah, you're glowing. Like,
I was,
that's more important.
I was gonna say, I think I finally got it.
You know
Great.
what I live by? I'm like, I live by the lighting, honey.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's book 1's special edition. Let's see. Who did that? I can't see.
Can't see.
Faye Crate.
So let me pull it. Let me
yeah. See. I was gonna say, I feel like I'm doing a horrible little like beauty blogging type person, but the style is just everything. I wonder if I missed the pre-order for that. I mean, I'm sure I did because.
Okay, let's look. Now, where am I looking? Direct me, darlings.
Faye Crate, and it's Victoria Adeline. So it's
past boxes.
It says it's the shop opus. Thank you, description box, for helping me out there.
Yeah.
Clickania, yeah, that one. Exclusive box set. Down one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but we want to see it, darlings. We want like breakdowns. There we go. I want pictures.
Okay.
I want like what's in it. I want like.
So the Instagram has the photos. Let's see. Do I have Instagram pulled up? I wouldn't even know how to share my screen.
Not our messages, honey. Okay, hold on.
Let's see. This is my favorite.
Oh my god,
my favorite book, and it's like my favorite cover.
This is so pretty.
So Choosing Theo. Then this is book 2. And then
oh, here we go. So I'm just seeing like the announcement of it, but I want to see them.
Yeah, let's see. I'll share you the post with you, so it's
okay.
And then you can scroll through it. I think that has all of the books are out of order, but it has all but the most recent release included in it, it looks like. But I don't know.
As much as I love those covers, there's just too many special editions coming out and I can't afford. I would love to have them, but I need ice cream during our heat wave way more. I know. Yes. I know. And I'm like, you know what? There's something, a little bit of a brain hack that I use. Oh, money's coming in. Even if this isn't true, the fact that I say it just kind of works. Anytime my palm itches. Anyway, I don't know why. That means it's coming. I always think, you know what? It's in the world. So I'm like, the special edition exists. At some point, I can get it if I want it. Because at some point, someone will be selling it. And at some point, hopefully, they're not price gouging me. It's in the world. Yeah. So it always happens. I'm like, someone's going to be doing some unhaul somewhere. So many special edition boxes. It's hard to keep up. And then also, I've been noticing publishers are coming out with these first like edition prints with like gold foiling and beautiful edges. I wonder how these book boxes are going to keep up when like publishers are just on the first run coming hard with it.
I know.
Which is interesting. I know.
It's
I
very
have a
interesting.
mortgage now. I know. I'm like, well, and I'm really trying to be just smart about it. But they're
Yeah,
fun to look at though. They're
I
fun to look
know.
at.
I was gonna say, like, I I haven't seen one that I haven't been able to say no to yet. That one's close.
Yeah,
That one's real close for me because I love that series and I love the art style. Normally it's like I'm on the series or the art style, or like I haven't gotten to it yet, and so it's like, okay, like we can we can do it. But that one's probably the closest. Um but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be the thing. Oh, and another one that was close was the bad guy and worst guy that Renegade Romance did for
they're
Ruby.
always like stunning. I think the first special edition I got was gifted to me by Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it's gonna sound like wow wow wow. I'm gagged that I like have them at all. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gagged that I have them at all because the ones that I have, I got them at Book Bonanza. Didn't even really know. I just am a space cadet. I'm not at all organized. So the ones that I have from Ruby, I didn't even know that she was going to be selling. The ones
Oh
that
yeah.
I owned were gifted to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I've never like bought a special edition. They've been given to me. I'm like gagged by them. I think that they're stunning and they're special. I'm going to get the Ruby Dixon one. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. So like I think that they're absolutely stunning. Um, and they're like my prized possessions,
Mm-hmm.
as well as like the fan fictions that Mel has bound. But I mean, I can say no to them. You know what I mean? I can say no to them.
Yes.
And say yes to like my mortgage, or say yes to like a signing, or like say yes to like other things. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
fun. They're definitely fun, and they're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely
Mm-hmm.
stunning. And I just like knowing that like, oh, it exists, and maybe at some point, like I can get
Mm-hmm.
it in the future.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
I was
I
gonna
bought Catherine Cowell's Pink SE because I love her and I love pink. Yes. And then
I
just like, a favorite book. Yes. Like Sea of Ruin. I probably want to get, there's another one that I want. Um,
mm-hmm.
that's by Mystic, I think. At some
Mm-hmm.
point. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
have
was
like 4 copies of that book.
yeah.
I remember I wanted this Kickstarter of Katie Robert, like, and now she's redoing the covers again of the
Mm-hmm.
Wicked Village series. I remember I was like, oh my god, I really want that Kickstarter. I didn't have it. I was like, look, I don't have it. It's fine. And then like they're on my shelf now. I really
Mm-hmm.
wanted those freaking books. I wanted these so freaking bad. I wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite. Like I love Tinkerbell and Hook's story. I wanted this freaking book so bad. Okay. I mean, like, and she did this Kickstarter and she had her own Etsy shop, and I was like a patron. This thing is like stunning, and like all of the in papers, and it was only supposed to be limited, and then like it was available through her Etsy, and then it was like on Amazon, and I'm like, okay, it's available in the world. Like at some point you'll be able to get it, and then freaking Cynthia After Dark starts sending me these beautiful books. Like you get it at some point, and then
Oh.
now she's redoing them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like all different again. So
I was gonna
just
say.
background.
I mean, I get it, but also like quit changing the covers because like I
I
mean, like,
love you.
I love the new Ruby
Link them
Dixon.
up. No, they
I
need
spent
to be the same.
yes, but like I made a decision. Like I'm getting the trad Ice Planet Barbarians, but like, and no shade, no tea. Like Tiffany Roberts, they change their covers all the time. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 versions of Dustwalker's cover, and it's like, I mean, like so far, none of like I enjoy Tiffany Roberts, but they're probably not going to be books that make my collection because I have a modest collection. But it's like when you have multiple to choose from and you need to track down your version, JT Geisinger's Queens and Monsters, like realistically, I really want those man covers. But I'm probably gonna wait and get the trad pub because then I can pick it up at my bookstore.
Yeah. Oh god, I really love JT. That woman.
Mm, yeah.
I gotta finish those. I want the man covers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I was
She
gonna say.
sent me her books and I'm like, oh yeah. I think I gotta reread AJ, her hero. He's a
Mm-hmm.
very distinct like I forget what it's called, but he basically sees color. I thought that was the most beautiful thing. And the way that she writes it was just so freaking stunning. I
Mm-hmm.
just thought it was so beautiful. I have Hello Lovely quarterly box with just the main book. I can't do any more than that. I think I want to do Hello Lovely box. You know, I started to think about that too. Like who do I want to and with signings and things like that and like where you want to put your like dollar, I'd
Mm-hmm.
wanna put it to Hello Hello Lovely box that I'm looking at, like, all of
Mm-hmm.
the places because it's just so many
Mm-hmm.
so much. There's just too
Yeah.
much out there,
Yeah.
but if I were to put it somewhere, it would be there. Joining
Yeah.
late, but I love special editions. It's a problem. I need to limit myself. Thought I just got off the wait list for Arcane Society. I can't. Oh! Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Hi, Cabal!
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Um,
it's just like there's so many pretty ones, and like these authors just do not care about my pockets, and I don't care
yeah.
about the pockets. I'm trying to
I was
save it.
gonna say. Yeah,
I
and they
I
were, and then I showed you they're redoing Cressley Cole's Immortals After Dark, and they're doing the new cover for A Hunger Like No Other, and I'm like,
oh, that was stunning. Oh, well, Monica has me all the way together. Okay, so
yes,
I'm sticking with this motif right now. I can't say it. I can't say what I'm doing because I'm just gonna jinx it. But whatever. So Monica has me. So I'm gonna keep collecting there, and I'm so mad too because I saw that stunning cover and I'm like, don't do this right now, Cressley, because she's coming out with that Halloween, she's coming out with the next book, and I'm like, girl,
yeah,
stop, just
I
stop
know.
right there. They're so pretty, and like that's a series that you collect.
Mm-hmm. I know.
That's a series that you collect.
I
When
know.
that woman decides to do something, you get into formation for her. And
Yes,
I was really upset because I was like, okay, Cressley, are we doing it for all of them? Or are we
I know. I know.
because we
Yeah.
throw around iconic. That's a series you collect.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know. I was gonna say, if the wait list wasn't horrendous, I would consider doing trope of the month for Hello Lovely. But
Oh, I know.
the wait list, and that's one of
Monica,
the few that are paperbacks. And like, I mean, if I'm doing a special edition, do I want a hardback? Do I not want a hardback? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I just
Mm.
well, I'm liking the example that we saw earlier. I need to once I get my expenses and I see how much because we're at halfway through the year. It's
Mm.
just limiting the number. Like this is the budget, kid. That's what it is.
Yep.
Expenses are what they are. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, my expenses are down right now, but they're that there's an end to that. So we'll see.
I know
'Cause
my I've talked about it in like my age gap romance of my early 20s. It's not like I have a benefactor these days. I need to like reel it in. Shadows of You from Trope of the Month. People are reselling for $90 and I'm like, nope, not for a paper. Yeah, no, that's the thing like for me, but it's taken me like my journey to self has been very hard won. So
mm,
it doesn't like take a lot for me to just say no to something. Like I want to be in the know when it comes to like the plot of a book or what everybody's talking about or like a show, but like when it comes to like sticking to the things that like I need to be responsible for, do you know what I mean? Like if I need to shoot up and show up for work, okay, like you're not gonna see me online for a couple days. I'm gonna suit up and show up for work. I'm gonna mind the business that pays me. I'm gonna be gracious and kind. Like, there's just certain things that like I,
mm-hmm.
I'm not spending my money on. I'm not engaging in that kind of behavior. I'm
Yeah.
just not doing it. You're not gonna catch me outside of my character.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just
I was gonna say,
I'm not engaging in that, you know?
yeah. Most of us
Just
that
not behaving
are
like that.
most of us that are on here all the time, like could do resale. But it's like, that's not ethical. Like, we're not going to do that. We're not assholes about it.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I'm not going to shame the next person who's doing that. Like, I'm just not, it's just not me. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you 90. I'm not
Yeah.
giving you 90, and I ain't charging 90. Okay, over here. That's just not
Exactly.
how I'm running it.
And I mean,
Either way.
if it's a one-off and you've hit bad times and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
someone's willing to pay, I don't even know how much for, let's say, the Birthday Girl special edition, like, fair. Like, if that's the one book that you're going to resell and like that one like is highly sought after, fine, do it. But like, don't make it your life of like trying to
be mean.
I mean,
like, I'm just, I won't be paying $1,000 for that. And if you can sell that for $1,000 and get yours, then you got yours. That just is just not me. That's just not me. That's all.
Yeah.
I know, like,
yeah. And it's like, I was late to the party. I like the trad special editions. So like, I'm going to stick to that decision, but I can understand people wanting the OG Ruby Dixons. And like, I'm starting to get the ones that I care about. Like, I have the Half Orcs Maiden Bride. I have the original Bad Guy. I need to get Worst Guy. And then I have a bunch of the steamy Katie Weidel Deadlands books. So it's like, I just need to fill mine out a little bit more on Ruby and Katie Wild because they're like my favorites.
I love them. They're dolls.
Mm-hmm.
They did an overstock sale at Hello Lovely and they were sold out in 30 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not that savvy.
I know. I'm not in the know.
That's not that good either.
Like, I'm glad for everybody that got theirs. I'm not in the know. I'm not that on it. Which is why I always feel weird, like, recommending books. I'm like, I'm not really on it. Are you sure you want to listen to me? I'm not really on top of it like that. I'm only missing 2 of the, oh, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, see, now I know that.
Oh, yeah. Like, I totally keep like, if I were to see an out of print Ice Planet Barbarians at my half price books, like, you better believe I'm buying it for the 99 cents and, the $9 or whatever, and hope that they miss that was valuable so that I can, like, get it into someone's hands that wants it.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't seen any gems like that.
Oh, I know. I've never seen like hand-me-down like Bev or anything like that. That's what got me into horror. Such nice people, and I need to give you the freaking last name, the author's name. Someone posted it on Instagram. Everybody in the comments went wild because they had a physical copy of this book, and it was like, it looked like a Christmas book. And so I'm like, I'm a festive gal.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like looking at this comment section. I looked this book up on Amazon and it's going for, a couple dollars off 1,000. And she was talking about how like it was just on a whim she got this book. So I was curious and I read it and it was horror and I was gone for it. And it's like all about, I don't know, from the very first paragraph, that it's about this teenager and it's a countdown to Christmas. And you know that on December 23rd, he's going to murder his entire family. And you don't know why. And I'm like, I can't stop. It's a domestic horror. And it's like, it was very good. And so I was like hooked. And I couldn't even get an ebook. I couldn't get an ebook copy. I couldn't get an audio book. It's gone down now. Now it's $69.99.
Yeah.
At the time it was 1,000 by Sandra Scope. Such nice people. So this is the book, but the other cover of it is like so stunning. It's a very like Christmas. Oh, here, let me give you the
Yeah.
mass market. Yeah, this one. So I'm like, this is like super pretty. Now it's $70. It was nearly 1,000.
Oh yeah.
And I was like obsessed with that book.
I know. I was gonna
What?
say, like, are we sure that like the
With the step
Illumicrate
out?
versions are gorgeous? Like maybe those could be resold for 1,000, over 1,000, but I don't know. I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying. To each their own. It's just not my lane. So I don't,
no,
you know, it's just not my lane. I won't, I'm
yeah,
not, I don't, I'm not paying that and I'm not charging that.
yeah.
I can't speak on it.
When I was buying a bunch of books for the Target sale, whenever that was that like March? I can't even, March or April, the Target sale. Buy two, get one free. I think it
Oh
was,
yeah.
or buy one. Yeah. Anyway, I saw that they had trad Bridgerton special editions that were like kind of like classic style. And I was like, that's cool. But it's like, I'm not going to buy that until A, I finish the series, and B, like actually like the series. And like so far, I don't remember what I rated The Duke and I, but everything else has been like very mid. But that's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I have the OG Bridgerton books from Illumicrate that are signed. I could never. Yeah.
I know.
And I have like, where do I have it? When I did the Bridgerton read along in 2020, I have the like, the Duke and I, like, it's signed, like she donated. I'm not selling that. You know what I mean? Like I have giveaway stuff from that I'm not gonna ever sell. I have the OG. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a crazy world.
But it's like I can't, because there's a lot that goes in, like it's I can argue for the price gouging and just like being all of that. But at the same time, like I also have a soft spot for financial need. Okay, because I've not always had lodging. So I also know what it's like to be out here and just needing to make something work. Okay, make it clap. I get that. So it's like I also can't I can't speak on that because it's like I'm not in that position, so I wouldn't be selling books for those prices, and I wouldn't be buying books for those prices because I'm not in either one of those positions. So I can't speak on it because it's not my lane. But oh my gosh, like they're going for astronomical numbers. So
I was gonna say, I mean, like someone, and I don't think we're the people, but someone needs to like have like all but a like agreement of like each person gets one subscription, and then you like who wants it most, and kind of like do a shift and like swap. And like I know some people like do that with their friends and stuff, like unofficially, especially with I don't know if it's Last Chapter or like Bell Book, where they do like 4 books and they just like kind of pick them at random, and so you get 4, and it's like, well, maybe I was excited about one and not these other 3, and then you just like swap around. It's like there needs to be more of us figuring that out and doing that. But yeah, there's just
that's why they limit, just buying them just to resell. Yeah. I completely understand that. That's really, and if you can sell them that way, then more, yeah.
We're just not those people.
Yeah, I'm like, it ain't my lane. You know what I'm saying? I have the Mystic Hunting Adeline, and I just traded them for some. Yeah, exactly.
Is that I don't think I ever saw the version that was it the Hunting Haunting that had the AI art with the skull, or was that a different one I'm thinking of?
Why does it always happen when I'm not trying? I'm just too hard with it. I wish I was a casual gal.
Yeah.
I wish I'm not a casual gal. I'd get more of these. Maybe I can like program it. Anytime I'm not trying, I get the thumbs up. I'm such a tryhard.
Yeah.
And then remember the time I glowed like a fairy? How do I make it do that? I can't make it do it. It's anytime I'm trying, it doesn't do it. Anytime I'm just like calm and relaxed, it does all this cool stuff. Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah, I
I know.
mean, yeah, you could have,
Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah, that was the I do remember things. I always am like, is that the thing that I saw that like everyone went crazy over? I'm like, I can't remember. But yeah, that's fair. But so they were gonna send out new versions. I don't think anyone's gotten them yet though, since there was AI. But anyway.
Oh, they addressed it though, and
Yeah.
you know that.
They I forget what they said that they would do. I think they said like if you shipped it back, they would send you a newer version or um something. I don't know. I don't remember what they said. They did something about it, which was good. I mean,
Promptly.
it's just yeah.
Okay.
It's sad that AI is getting that prevalent and that hard to catch.
Well, yeah, I told you I wouldn't geek out. Last year it was the Webb telescope returning from space. That was my hyperfixation, and this year it is artificial intelligence. Just
Yeah.
because I need to I need to
Mm-hmm.
understand. I
Yeah.
need to understand. Yeah, because we're there. Our like biggest thing right now is trying to integrate it with human interest, and how can one do that if we as humans are not aligned in ourselves, and we'll have a very small group of people that could
Mm-hmm.
really align AI with human interest. And I mean, what was it projected in the 90s that it would kind of mirror ours? So like right now you can tell that like when it steals music, when it steals art, when it steals
Mm-hmm.
writing, it's a little bit off, so we can tell. But it was projected
Mm-hmm.
in like the late 90s that it would kind of map us or meet our intelligence in 2029. So that's coming up pretty
Yeah.
quickly. We really need to like hit it by then. I don't know where we're at in terms of that, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't trust any like government entities that are like spearheading that to get us on track with that. So it's really alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very
And
alarming. And
it's spiraled out of control. So
yeah, and I can say I don't know a whole bunch on the global scale, but it's the from the education point of view, like there is no accurate means of determining if a student has turned in AI generated homework. Like there is not a plagiarism detection software that works. And so I mean, in the way back when's like when I was in school, we had to upload everything into like Turnitin and plagiarism things. And that worked. But prior to that, you with word of mouth and like maybe it was harder to catch, maybe it wasn't. But now it's like if Chat GPT can't figure out if it wrote it, that's a problem.
yeah, it's a very interesting. For me, I think it's something that I have just wanted to learn more about. I just want to figure out what are the great minds of said topic saying about whatever the case is. Last year it was Webb telescope. This is AI. This year it's AI? I just want to know because I feel like since I was very young, I fear the things that I don't understand, and I think the more that I learn about something, the more I realize I don't know. And at least I can be at that point of knowing that I don't know, but at least I'm a little bit more open because I need to understand the full scope of what we don't understand about it and the full ramifications of what that means for my industry and what that means for artistry. And like, it's freaking scary, but it's less scary if I can kind of at least see like, well, what is the cutting edge of technology? What is the full ramifications of this within my industry? And I'm a big person. I'm a person that's really been big on like technological advancement. I get very excited about like what's the new discovery from space and all that. So I just want to like parse through all of that and know what's coming. Like what countries, like if you look at what they are building and what they are coming up with in like other countries in terms of AI
Yeah.
and machinery, and it's crazy. So it's just interesting, and it's scary, and it's in our lifetime. So now I'm like, oh, I'm on board and I'm invested. I
Yeah.
feel like we're living in Bicentennial Man. Did you see that with like Robin Williams? It's a favorite film of mine. But like it's I feel like I need to know. I think
Yeah.
there are legitimate uses for AI. We use it at work, but it's more of disseminating financial and market data, not art for yes. Oh
Yeah.
God. And it's like it is a threat to
Mhm.
art. As someone who art has, I don't think I wouldn't be here without it. Completely animates my entire life. Okay,
Mhm.
my entire life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be here without it. So
Mhm.
it's definitely a threat to like I feel like
Mhm.
my very expression
Yeah.
and existence, and it's scary. But then I also want to parse that out. That very like hyperbolic statement. I
Mhm.
recognize that, although I find it to be true. With like what's coming down the pike, what are its benefits and advantages, and then like what is the real like issue, and all of
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. I
And that
know.
happened with the Webb telescope too. Like, what am I looking at that's science? What of it? What is it? Is that's theory? What of it? Because a lot came back from that. And then being able to like have the vernacular of like theoretical frameworks to actually be part of the conversation and see like what's really valid and what's like conspiracy theory and what. Because so that was interesting too. And to
Yeah.
actually do research and have my like
Mhm.
opinion and what science, and that was a lot. Because I was reading some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can go and you can map certain you can map. I don't want to get crazy, but anyway,
Yes.
you can go down the rabbit hole with all that. I know
I know.
someone who completely a college course using chat GBT only. There needs to be rules for the finished product to have some kind of watermark to show it's AI. Yes.
Yeah.
So like all of these,
Mhm.
yeah, I do. I'm in
Mhm.
film development and I primarily read like scripts. I'm a
Mhm.
script reader.
Yeah.
I don't work on set anymore. I'm craving that. I'm not a production assistant anymore.
Mhm.
It just reads scripts, which is
Yeah.
I work in theater right now, but
Mhm.
like in Las Vegas, but for television, it's film scripts.
Mhm.
Hey, just found your channel and live. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so nice.
Her hair is your hair
There.
is always everything, Tiff.
Yeah, like this. Oh, thank you. So nice. Yeah, like there's uses for it, and
Mhm.
that's why we were saying during the strike, the
Mhm.
use should not be to replace background actors. Let's not get cute with these future uses. The use should not be to write scripts. The use
Mhm.
should not be replaced and if you leave that open ended, and we
Mhm.
don't put limits on it now, you could screw us in the end. You
Oh,
just like there were no I mean, it's unprecedented. The theatrical release window that we have now,
yeah. Mhm.
unprecedented.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy how short the theatrical release is now before it
Mhm.
hits streaming. I mean,
Yeah.
because we've never seen it before.
Mhm.
And people get on Scarlett Johansson. Kudos to her for going after her dang money. Kudos to her for like
Okay.
setting the precedent for going after her. Like, I'm just like, brava. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, but it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
whew. Okay, so
I
what are
was,
we reading? We're gonna do a spread. I'm so sorry.
okay.
I need this. I need
Thank
this.
you. Yes.
Jesslyn usually gets me.
Yeah.
I'm reading Honeycutt by Sierra Simone. A little risque, a little sexy. Okay, a little poly situation. It is the third in the series, although it's going to be a trilogy. There's a prequel novella, and we're kind of at the formation of the polycule, sort of speak. And I'm only on chapter 3, and
Yeah.
I'm updating my sort of reading tracker here. So we're doing this kind of stuff while
Yeah.
doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
priest, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, yes. So kind of a
Mhm.
continuation. Yeah, so she's like a nun. She is like trained to sort of kill for the Vatican, and she's on a mission, sort of speak. Arranged marriage, and that's part of the Lioness trilogy. So
Mhm.
yes,
Yes. And
my
then,
favorite in that series is Saint. If you get to it, I love that one.
yeah. So, I feel like this live has been, Lynn talks about how much she loves Ruby Dixon. But I am reading Bound to the Shadow Prince by Ruby Dixon. It is currently out on Hoopla for audio, and it is somewhere serialized. I forget where, but it got picked up for a trad published book, and so the print edition is going out in July, and so I'm reading an ARC copy of that. It is about our heroine who is forced to be a sacrifice to the goddess and live trapped in a tower for 7 years with an enemy from an enemy kingdom. And while she's in the tower, her country is going to go to war against the other country. And it has them stuck together. They are literally bricked into this tower, and she has 2 days notice. Yes, the Hoopla cover is everything. The print version is a candle, and it's much more disappointing. Mm-hmm. But
sorry.
Yeah, they're like a shadow people, so he has wings that are kind of like bat style. His legs bend backwards. He has a knot, so very fun. But they're stuck in there for 7 years, and she gets like 2 days notice to go to that she's going to be sent. And so like they don't pack her all of the necessities for her to live for a year before her next supply drop, and so she's forced to make friends with this enemy in order to survive. She also has a chronic illness. I think it's based off of diabetes, but do not hold me to that. They call it a blood curse because it's a fantasy world, but it does appear to be based off of diabetes. So,
is he vampiric at all, as well as winged?
He has fangs, and there is a bite mark for mating, but no other vampiricness that I have seen.
Okay.
He does move through shadows.
Oh, I love a shadow daddy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting because if whatever her chronic illness is within this fantasy world, I would love if that's like the very thing that's like perfect for them coming together. You have to let me know.
Yeah.
This is
true. I
true.
don't think that there's going to be a magical like healing element. I think it like she legitimately has. Yeah, she legitimately has the chronic illness, but it's very interesting. And like they talk about like part of the potion is boiling animal pancreases, and like that is where insulin is produced, and so that's why I think it's diabetes. And not to put too much of my science teacher hat on, but like that is the whole process of like diabetes and the issues with being diabetic and insulin production. And so like she's literally injecting herself with an insulin, and there's other things because they don't fully know what's working, but it's very interesting how she has a chronic illness within this fantasy realm and the implications of not having enough medication
oh my god medication. Yeah, because they only gave her 2 days of freaking pack.
Yes, they did a decent job on giving her the supplies for her medicine, but she has to boil her potion in order to get the medicine to work. And so they don't give her enough firewood. So like she is quite literally and this is fairly early on, at desperate straits because she doesn't have the ability to make her medication. So it's very good. And then I am also reading, I started Road to the Hollows. For something Featherstone or something. I'm going to a signing and I'm trying to read as many authors as I can beforehand. And so I randomly drew this author. And so it appears to be a small town paranormal. Our heroine has been denied a position at the FBI because of mysterious things involving her childhood. And so she goes back to her childhood home to investigate what the problem is with why she couldn't work at the FBI at her dream job. So I am
Ooh.
only like a chapter or two into that one, and it does seem to be kind of in between a prequel and full length novel size because the audiobook was only like 5 hours. So we'll see how that one goes.
I'm so annoying. I'm actually on chapter 6 of Honeycut. So I think I'm going to do that thing where I'm going to start triple sec.
Oh.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna try a couple chapters and see how it is. Because my brain won't allow that for too long, which will force me to finish both. But I hope you like it. I hope you like it. If you get through freaking Sinner and Saint and continue on. I need to read the Linus series, but I need a third one. I hate waiting. I know. That Monica almost got me to kind of wait a little bit. I've done that with Pam Godwin, who's like one of my favorite authors. I stopped at the Hills of Shivers and Shadows because I was like, well, let me wait for the third book, which is killing me. But now the audiobooks have released, so
yeah,
I'm not mad. Looks like the YouTube. Oh, I'm so happy that you found us.
I know.
Oh, wait until you gotta meet. Do you know Ava's romance books?
Yes.
So I have a life that was right before this. BB Up Book Club. We have like an alien book club. I think you would love Ava's romance books. Lynn loves Ruby. Ava loves Ruby. Oh my gosh. I need to DM Ruby about that special edition. I feel weird about doing it, but I think I'm going to because I want that special edition. I was going to keep. I know. I'm like, I was going to DM her to just congratulate her.
Yeah.
Because I think it's amazing that she did her first book signing at Book Bonanza, last year? Crazy to me. I remember we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to meet Ruby Dixon.
Yeah.
Like, we just thought that was just the most novel thing. And then here she's going, I don't know. It's crazy. I was going to keep reading Penny Proctor, but I'm tapping out. It is 10 p.m. Okay, good night. I'm so sorry. We can only give you one more sprint.
I know.
Oh my God, one sprint out of all of our talking.
I know. And then
yes.
Yeah, Ava's I'll tap out around 11 my time, so in about 40 minutes, because otherwise I'll be keeping up my parents.
Okay, so we're gonna do a 30-minute sprint, so we can at least say like goodbye after. Let's start it now because we talked forever.
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, let me change the timer. I'm sorry, guys. I just love to chat.
Oh, we knew that this was going to happen.
Oh, I could do better. Okay, so we got 30 minutes on the clock. Let me share my screen. I'm going to mute myself because we know I'm an animated reader.
Yes.
I will be quiet. Okay. I'm going to let you know how triple set goes.
Wonderful.
See you guys back here soon.
That sounds like that was a fun time to stop.
Yeah, I had like 2 minutes left, and I'm like, you know what? This is a good place to pause. I maybe listen to. It's not that triple sec wasn't good. I was just like, what am I doing? Let me get back into Honeycutt. I need to finish this. You know what I mean? I had a moment where I was like, girl, please.
No, totally feel that. So.
Oh my gosh, Sierra.
Yeah.
I needed to be on mute, and the camera needed to be on what I was doing.
Yeah. I know.
Oh my gosh. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say anything. We're too far gone. We're too far gone.
Yeah.
We're too far gone.
Yeah.
I would say read the prequel novella. That's a good entry point. I think I have it up here somewhere. Salt in the Wound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, I can. Oh, sorry.
How far did you get?
I am just shy of 30% in Road to the Hollow.
Oh, you got a good chunk in.
It's short. It's only like 5 hours on audio, and I have it currently, I think, at 1.5. I probably can speed it up a little bit, but I don't know how I'm feeling about this. It definitely, I haven't played a game like this in a while, but it very much feels like a first person like world investigation. It's like you pull up and you have the intro scene and you're getting like you have your first character that says something, and then you do a little thing, and then you have your next character that introduces something else. And so it feels very much like a video game of you're going place to place to find bits of information. And so that, like, I didn't catch that at the very beginning, but in this sprint that clicked, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's why this is reading a little disjointed, because it's very like, who are you going to meet and what information are you going to get from that meet? So I can't tell if it's stylistic or if it's just if it's intentional or not, we'll say.
Yeah.
But it's pretty intriguing, and like you're getting there is definitely like crazy small town dynamics where like she runs into this busybody and he walks her over to the diner, and then like the girl working at the counter like sets her up on a date, and she's like, I didn't need a date. But so it's a little interesting. I'm intrigued. It is kind of novella length. I don't know exactly how long it is, but since the audiobook's only like 5 hours, I'm expecting it to be 200-ish pages.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot of exposition. So,
and remember, you can always DNF.
Yes.
Even if it's no novella length. The power of the DNF.
Yes. I've been utilizing that power more frequently recently.
Me too.
Yeah.
I looked at my like how many books I've finished this month. I'm like, we're halfway through the month and I have not finished that much. But I'm like, well, I've been DNFing a lot, and that's okay.
Yeah. That's okay. I was gonna say, I don't think I told. Well, I know this was one I mentioned to you, and I can't remember if it was you or Baron that were like, I'm very interested to see what you think. But I DNF'd Ghost by Kat Blackthorne.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was not speaking to me.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I was interested in reading the second in that series for October. You know how I'm like, but I mean, that's fair. It's just, and it's a long book.
It was long. I was waiting, and like I think it's paranormal.
It is.
It
takes a minute for you to get into like kind of the reveal as well.
Yeah. And so I was just like, I was hoping for a little bit more. And this is me and my reading style, but like, I don't love Polly, and I don't always love White Shoes and all of that. And then like one of the first scenes where I was like, wait, is this gonna be Polly or Why Choose or something in that? And once I saw that it was going that way, I was like, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because that's definitely what it is. That's definitely what it is. So,
and I was like, yeah, and like there's certain heroes and heroines that like I can see it and it works. Like A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, like you can tell that heroine needs to be in a Polly situation, but like
and
this
Ghost,
heroine,
she is. Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see why you would DNF Ghost. Not only is it like Why Choose, she is starting over. She is on the run. She is not in a mental place where it feels like she can take on that kind of group of heroes as well. Seemingly so at the point that you probably DNF. So yeah. I completely get that.
So we'll see. I was a little bummed, but also like I was also reading that on the beach in the Dominican, and I was just like, it's not the vibe.
I need some I cannot. That's why I can't wait for our pirates because and I'm lining up my novellas too. I'm like getting all of the vibes together. I can't wait for that. That's what I was like. You know what? It's okay. I've been DNFing because I cannot wait for the novellathon. I just want to like run through.
I know.
So excited.
I mentioned in our messages, like, I was like, I'm really interested for Only One Coffin that I saw Samantha recommend. And then I was like, so maybe I'll read that. But then it's like, no, I'm going to save that for Novellathon.
Oh, yeah, totally. I love that by AJ Truman. It is absolutely hilarious.
I was like, I saw that and I was like, yep, I shall take that.
It's so perfect. I have not read it. That's a thick girl too. And I've heard mixed things. I heard really great things when it first came out. I've heard some mixed kind of reviews about it, but I have not read it yet. And I think I put it off just because it is a thicker girl. But I'm still interested in picking it up because I am a big believer in and fan of Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, and she enjoyed that book. So it's my TBR. So if she likes it, then
I almost have gotten the paperback a couple times, but like it's so thick. Like I can't imagine reading it and not breaking the spine. And like,
oh yeah, no,
this can't. Like that's like no, I will not break a spine on
hardcover. Yeah, you need the hardcover to protect it. I've become such a mood reader that I'm done caring if I'm supposed to finish a book. Yeah, it's just so great, and I've really allowed myself to. I've always been in multiple books at a time. There was a moment there, I don't know where the shaming came along with me, where I like felt bad about being in 5 books at a time. I don't know where that came from. Towards the end, like towards the latter half of last year, I was like, why are we in 6 books at a time? We need to finish. And I'm like, no, I'm back on that. And there comes a point where like my brain wants to like consolidate that, and that kind of just works for me. And same, I have DNF'd without any remorse. I don't have the time. There's so many things that I want to get to, and I just have no problem. And I'm very excited about the novellathon because I mean that's why I love a novella. I'm looking for the shorties with girth. I'm looking for the books that do a really good job with the short amount of pages that they do have, so I can get in, get out, but feel like I had a full story. And I'm looking to like refresh the ones that I can look for that. So I'm so excited. Oh my God.
Too. Yeah, I'm definitely like building the skill of DNF. I also had to like build the skill of reading more than one book at a time. And I was always a one at a time type of person. And then once I got into audio, like it was really a fragment of like my mental space and where I was what I was doing for work, that I was like, I need to have an audiobook and I need to have a paperback and we need a ebook and I need to
ebook 1 in every 4, baby. Yeah, I'm just a glutton. I need that. I need it. April.
Unless we're budding reading and then like blinders on, we're focusing.
Yeah, we're focused. We're dialed in. I'm just like we were flying through particular. I was like, oh my gosh. Same. I've gotten to the point where I will DNF when it isn't working. It's not fair to me. I love just like it's not fair to me or the author if I'm gonna rate it lower when it isn't for me. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. It's like it's DNF season, baby. It's DNF season. Hi, I just saw your mid-month freak out tag. Or mid-year. Mid-year.
I know.
I'm getting together. I loved.
Everyone's posting all the things I want to watch, and Netflix is putting out like all of their releases on TV, and I'm just like, y'all do not realize how I don't have time.
I know. I do a little bit like that's my. I assign certain tasks. So like it's Stairmaster. I'm like, okay, if you want to watch certain videos, it's Stairmaster time, and so on and so forth.
I know.
So I get it done.
I wasn't reading for the last couple of days because I got my mom. I love trashy reality TV. I'll just preface that. So I watch Married at First Sight, and I got my mom hooked on it. So like every night after dinner, we were watching that together. And so it's like that would have been my reading time, but we were watching that. And then I was also watching Perfect Match on Netflix, which is a hot mess express.
Is it?
Oh yeah. It makes Love Island. Well, I mean, it's on the same level as Love Island, so if not worse. But
oh my God, I love mess. I really do.
I love watching reality TV mess. And so I was watching those two and trying to catch up on Bridgerton, which we've already talked about. And then I also love Netflix's sports docu-series, even though they're mostly like also just like kind of entertainment. But they just released the one that follows the Tour de France and the Indy 500.
Oh, I'll check that out.
Mm-hmm.
In the background, my brother just biked from San Francisco to LA, 545 miles with AIDS Life Cycle for the entire week at the top of the month. That was crazy. Yeah. So I'd probably watch the Tour de France one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You do have to kind of pay attention to it because there is a decent amount of people that have fairly strong accents, and or there has to be subtitling because they don't speak English for it. So that one does require a little bit more effort than some of the other shows. But that's like one of my like, I love watching sports docuseries. So.
You have all the recs. There's so many things. I'm glad I got through Bridgerton. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the rewatch. I have my TBRs pretty much set, except I do want some more like space pirates for a swashbuckler. And I am definitely like any Duke in a storm. I have to like, that's definitely on my TBR for that. I want more space pirates for sure.
Yes, I know. I just was looking at one of the books I got at half priced a while back. Had the Stars by Jesse Mihalik. There's a different book on my TBR by this author. I need to check if they're like interconnected or not. But it sounds like they're kind of like more privateers, and they have a task of that they have to go, but they're teaming up with like her enemy to do this.
It's still at sea though, so that like there's that prompt. And then I saw like Alexis Hall has like a novella where they're at sea, and then I don't know, I'm calling it Pirate Up the Booty. It's like at the top of April's announcement video. I'm reading that one too. In fact, I'm gonna read that for the novellathon just because I can't wait. I'm not waiting. I know.
I need to go through everyone's videos for that because whose did I watch? I only watched like one announcement. Maybe it was yours. I don't know. And then I was like, I'll watch the rest later once I'm like prepping. And then
there's a lot coming up. I'm excited because it's like it's just perfect. It feels like summer. And then now I'm trying to figure out what my like pirate booty snack is going to be. You know, what my snack and drink is going to be. I think I have it figured out because I want like Biscoff cookie grounded down to be my sand. I'm going to figure it out. It's going to be fun.
Time.
So I'm ready. I'm trying to figure out what my half of the year stuff is. I'm glad that I got some of my reading journal together. I have to get my spreadsheet together. I'm procrastinating. I don't want to know how much I've spent on books. Okay. But I
Yeah,
got to get it together.
I know.
I have to plug all that information in so that I can set a budget for the remainder of the year. I've done the data. I've paused my book of the month
Mhm.
and so that I can have other things.
Yeah.
And yes. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get some pirate booty, and I've gotten some like non-fat Greek yogurt. And what I do is I get Jello. I get the sugar-free Jello packets, but I get like the cheesecake flavor, and I make like homemade cheesecake. So
Ooh.
like I whip that in there with like Cool Whip, and I
Mhm.
make like different cheesecakes with like Biscoff cookie bottom, and I just like make different cheesecakes. But I think I want to make like a find
Mhm.
your own treasure one with like it's gonna be good. And
Yeah,
then I
I
feel like, "Oh, it's calorically, like, not expensive, and it tastes like cheesecake," whatever. And I can, like, feel like my skinny legend self, but I just, like,
yeah.
make different cheesecakes out of that, what the flavor
I was
is.
gonna
Awesome.
say I might need to make a margarita pie.
Yes. I have your recipe now.
No.
So cute, and it's, like, by my stove. I love
Mhm.
it. Thank you. I
Yeah.
might just make that. I'm gonna make some treats. I can't wait to vlog.
Mhm.
Really want to read Ship of Bones and Teeth, but yes, same. That's also
Yeah.
you like we okay, so we gotta be in the hideaway Discord because I'm literally reading two of the same books that you're reading. Because I'm
Mhm.
trying like those are two of the same books, and then I have like a couple novellas that I'm gonna be reading because I
Mhm.
want to knock them out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Who knows? I haven't even like started thinking about it, but
Because I'm trying to plan. I've been a little sparing with the videos live late, so I'm trying to get it together here. Now
I
that
was
this
gonna say
movie
I
is,
just at the beginning of the month, and then I
done.
mean, we're here.
Exactly. So I will not keep you.
Yes.
We've hit the 3 hour and 36 minute mark.
Yeah.
I did I preemptively put in the description box of this video. I think I said that I promised you a couple sprints and that we would chat. I don't know if I did
Yeah.
that or not. I think I might have said it.
I feel like
I'm
you did.
sorry I only gave you 2 sprints, guys. I know we're long-winded, but we had to
Yeah.
catch up. We had to catch
Yeah.
up.
We're chatty. We're just
Yeah, we're
chatting.
chatty. I mean, we'll be here again on Friday for reading sprints for the Novellathon, which is going to
Mhm.
be fun. So I
Yeah.
hope you can join us. I've got a sprint on here, I think, like every weekend for something, to be honest. So,
Mhm.
but the next will be for the Novellathon. And I'm like hoping that we have a sprint coming up again
Yeah.
soon.
We need to get on the calendar. I don't think we have anything booked, but
And figure out what our next buddy read is. The last one was
yeah.
Leather and Lark for us. So we got
Mhm.
to figure out what the next one is going to be. That was like an easy no brainer. We knew what the book was going to be.
Yeah. We'll have to
Just to
think.
figure that out.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, we're doing swashbuckling together. So we should
Mhm.
pick one.
Yes.
That's
That
going to be
sounds like
fun.
a plan.
Okay. Well, you're reading. Oh, hold on. Let me just. I'm reading Daughter of the Pirates King as one of mine. Ooh, let me look that up.
That one's
Yes,
good.
this Friday.
That one's
Novellathon's
YA.
gonna start on the 20th, and we're going through Sunday. So it'll be Thursday, the 20th. Hopefully, I can get it into gear here and have something on the channel. But we announced on Instagram. I have the highlight reel on my Instagram. And yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited. We'll have the like live show that will end on Samantha's channel. And then we'll have like our first reading sprints for the Novellathon on my channel on Friday at
Mhm.
5 p.m. PST. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All the graphics will be on my Instagram in a highlight. So that'll be good. But I'll be here
Mhm.
again. But I like all of the pirate like just I'm excited. I want to read. I can't believe it's taking me that long to read the Karina Holly. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I'm here
I
for it.
need to read more Karina Halley. I've only read like
She's broad too.
I know. I was
So
gonna say there's so many different types of stories, and it's like I read um the Royalty Next Door, whatever. That was kind of the neighbors were kind of a spinoff on Harry and Meghan, I think. No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's about basically a prince and a princess um, go and hide out in this small New England town, and she lives next door and like is under NDA or whatever and falls in love with their bodyguard. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was my like Ocarina Halley, but it's like I didn't love that. But like there's so many others.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Oh, okay. Oh, yay. Yes, it is. Yes, it
Mhm.
is. That
Yeah.
is a novella.
I
I've been waiting for
typically
the audiobook for ship. I want them too.
mhm.
And yeah, A River of Shadows, same. But it's also like, I mean, that's all we're dealing with water, baby. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Nordic King.
Mhm.
That was the very first one that I read of hers.
Yeah.
Nanny romance, royal. Okay.
Mhm.
It was just so cute.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I got to get that. I mean, I know what I'm reading for that, but I need to get it together.
Mhm. I need to get it just in general together, but that's fine. That's not tonight's problem.
No. It's late for you. I mean, it's like it's 8:11 for me
Mhm.
here, but
Mhm.
I'm leaning into wellness. We
Yeah.
sleep now. I don't.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really weird for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying. So I'm
Mhm.
going to end it here. I'm not going to stay on.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to like continue on with getting things together over here. Again, I
Mhm.
hope you can join us. We're going to start the novella-thon on Thursday, and then we'll have reading sprints here on Friday at 5 p.m. We'll get something else on the books with
Mhm.
Lynn
Yeah.
probably next month. Let's do it like earlier in the month too.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but Swashbuckling starts on the 5th.
Mhm.
So we like it's happening. It's happening. So thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We
Good
shall see
night.
you soon. Hopefully, there's so much going on. I had
I
so
know.
much fun. Night.
Bye.
Bye.